much, okay? Good luck, God bless you.
The eyes of the champion.
Calm down, calm down.
The stage set here in Wrocław. Daniel Dubois tonight fighting to fulfill his dream.
Ready?
And Alexander Usik is fighting for his nation. Richie Woodall, what a scene, what an atmosphere. We're about to go. Daniel Dubois' big moment has arrived.
Yep, this is it now for Daniel Dubois. Got to start quick, Fletch. I think everyone knows that. Get behind that jab on that front foot. Push Usik back, unruffle him a little bit. Don't let him get into a rhythm. The jab's important to set up that right hand. He's got to do it early, and he's got to do it quick.
Daniel Dubois looks magnificent in the purple trunks tonight. The white for Alexander Usik. He's coming like Daniel Dubois, and he tasted the full force of that southpaw jab from the champion there, with the spray just cascading off his head. Has he got the belief tonight? Can he do anything to push Usik backwards? Can he do what no other man has been able to do in Usyk's professional career, and tonight shock the heavyweight world?
Straight away, Dubois just finding it difficult to gauge the range between himself and Usik. Got to edge forward and occasionally use that jab just to measure the distance and gap. Hit the nearest thing to you. Hit his front glove, his shoulder, anything, but then set up your right hand. Don't start the attack from too far out. Edge in and then use the jab.
The rain is pouring down here in Wrocław. The ring being protected by the canopy, and everybody's eyes fixed on the ring, with a national hero, Alexander Usik, fighting here against Daniel Dubois. Dubois has the power. What's he going to do to disrupt Usyk's rhythm? Tony Bellew said to me that you have to think and concentrate for every second of every round, and when you try and do things that you expect to be able to do, you find that you can't do that either. It's such a drain, physically and mentally, when you're in there with Alexander Usik.
Absolutely, Tony Bellew knows his stuff. He's been in with him. And he said that how tired he got, literally through thinking, never mind the physical side of it. But don't let him establish a rhythm, that's important. Again, Daniel Dubois got to get on that front foot a little bit more and try and land that jab. Don't let Usik land shots like that.
Usyk's jab has been very effective here in the first round. Final minute. Dubois might need to target the body tonight. The theory is that you've got to make Usik come to you. It's such a step up in class based on the opponents that Dubois has been in with before, but there is concussive power in both hands for the challenger tonight. If he can land on Alexander Usik, he's got the power to change the course of this heavyweight division.
And as Usik gets a little bit confident, you see, trying to land that left hand, there are just slight opportunities then to throw the straight right hand and try and catch him as he's coming forward. You've got to get the timing absolutely spot on here, and that's why he's got to use his jab a little bit more. But when Usik comes over that front foot on the odd occasion, that's when you've got to whip that right hand home.
So there's the bell to end the first round, and he'll feel much better, Daniel Dubois. Now he's got through that. What did he look like there, Richie, for the first 3 minutes?
He didn't do too badly there. I mean, it's a very close round, isn't it? Usik there landed with a couple of jabs. There's a couple of good attacks from Dubois. But obviously, you know, he fell short with his stuff. He's just trying to get into the contest. He didn't look too bad at the end of the day, Fletch. But Usik, what you mustn't allow him to do is get into his rhythm. You see, he's a little bit too far out with that shot there, is Daniel Dubois, so he's got to get a little bit closer. He's got to find a way. And when Usik comes over the front foot, like he did occasionally there, that's where you've got to meet him head on with that straight right hand.
"18 of Daniel Dubois' victories have been via stoppage. Kevin Johnson, the only man to take him the distance, power in both hands, as we've mentioned. Usyk's gone the distance in his last 3 fights against Derek Chisora, the 2 against Anthony Joshua. And here we go in the second round. WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO, world titles on the line tonight. The Ring Magazine belt as well. The purple and black trunks of Daniel Dubois, and the white for Alexander Usik. In the first Little desire there for Dubois to start to let the punches go, to be a little bit more aggressive. You've said all week long, Richie, that he's got to take risks in there tonight, and he has to, but they have to be calculated risks.
Calculated, especially behind the double jab, and then move the feet into range, and then just throw the right hand. Just go for it. He's not too far away with that shot there, but it wasn't a straight punch. And again, he's just blocking those, Usik. Measure with the jab. And then just wait for the opportunity. If Usik comes forward over that front foot, you've got to meet him. See, that's not too bad there.
Usik just complaining he was caught on the thigh. Usik working from the southpaw stance behind that stiff right jab, always moving, always feinting, always creating uncomfortable situations for his opponent. And he's caught there, Dubois.
What a straight left hand that was. Dubois just hesitated a little bit and held his feet, and Usik just stepped in and caught him with a peach of a left hand.
Halfway through the second.
You can see that Dubois is just struggling with the pace here. Gets caught again, Fletch there. Just struggling with the pace and the intensity, the in and out style of Usik.
It's a problem that so many people have had at cruiserweight. Usik nice and slick and nice and accurate in the opening couple of rounds here.
Yeah, Usik boxing clever here, Fletch. He's just on the outside, but he's half a step. Then from punching range. Dubois not too far away there with that shot.
Just trying to measure Usik as he came in. As Richie says, he wasn't a million miles away. He's always on the periphery, though, Usik. He's never quite all the way in. He's never quite all the way out. He's such a mental challenge for whoever is in there with him.
An exceptional all-rounder, but he's great counter-punching on that front foot. As he's coming forward, he wants the opponent to throw the shot, and then he's going to counter. Just stays on the outside, half a step in, and then he's in punching range.
There's the bell to signal the end of the second round, and Daniel Dubois goes back to his corner, and he has to maintain the belief in there tonight. Let's have a look at some of the work in the second, Richie.
Yeah, just staying on the outside and then poking that jab is Alexander Usik. But left, just staying out of punching range, and then he just drifts in and works with shots like that. That was that left hand that caught Daniel at the start of the round. That's a good shot. Look, and he's back in safety distance with half a step back. Very, very clever and calculated. That wasn't too far away there from Daniel Dubois, but Usik himself landed also.
Don Charles in the Daniel Dubois corner, a little slap on the cheek just to say, look, keep believing in yourself. He's been very confident in the build-up, Don Charles. Frank Warren has as well, keeping Daniel Dubois focused and confident tonight. It's a big challenge for Don Charles.
100%.
Stay back. Stay back. Stay back.
But if we go back to what Tony Bellew said, he says, yeah, he makes you think, and that's how you get tired. You can see that's happening with Dubois now. He's having to think constantly, every second of every round here.
It's the way that he tests you mentally and physically, Alexander Usik. Almost 7 years since he last fought in Poland. The fight here tonight because it's close to Ukraine, and he's being roared on inside this Tarczynski Stadium by something like 40,000 countrymen who have made arduous journeys in many cases to be here tonight. And that has really resonated with Alexander Usik in the build-up. He feels like he's fighting for his people as well as defending his heavyweight title belts tonight. This is such an important night for him and his fellow countrymen who are here.
Yeah, absolutely. Dubois just waiting a little bit too long here, Flex. That's a little bit better, but he's got to work with his lead hand a little bit better. And we've said it before, even if the first shot with the jab misses the target, he then throws the right hand but gets caught there.
Yeah, really good long shot that landed on Daniel Dubois. Left hand sneaks through again. Usik with a shake of the glove.
Clever Usik there, landed a couple of shots but doesn't go in. Waits, goes on the outside and wants Daniel Dubois to come forward.
That one a little bit low. Wouldn't surprise you at all tonight if Daniel Dubois does target the body. That was one area where people have suggested that if he doesn't like certain things in there, Alexander Usik, it's shots to the body, and Dubois is not a bad body puncher.
Yeah, he's just got to get close enough to land those shots. That's the problem. But again, Usik quite content to stay on the outside, picking and poking, looking for opportunities, looking for those mistakes that are going to be made by Daniel Dюбуа.
So quick and elusive, Usik. It's difficult to land more than single shots, combinations virtually impossible. Minute to go in the third.
That's not too bad there from Daniel Dюбуа. A couple of double jabs, more of that please, that's what we want to see.
Constant movement from Alexandr Usik.
It's constant movement, Flex, but it's on the outside. He doesn't make many mistakes over the front foot. Very clever. Waits, he's patient, and he picks and pokes at the target.
Dюбуа throwing out that left jab. Just a little bit short with that one, Daniel Dюбуа. Feels the full force of that right jab from Usik. Final few seconds of the third round. Usik looking to let his hands go. Dюбуа just missing with that uppercut. And there's the bell. He was just tagged after the bell. Nod of the head from Daniel Dюбуа. You do wonder, Richie, the longer the fight goes, that the more the confidence will build, the more he settles into what he's doing.
Yes, I think you're right there, Fletch, but this was a good round, I thought, for Alexandr Usik, just staying on the outside again, more of the same. Jittery style in and out, not making any mistakes, waiting for Dюбуа to respond, but there was a couple of good 1-2s there. But he's a patient champion, is Alexandr Usik. And Dюбуа, for me, got to work a little bit more. There was just a glimpse in that round. A couple of good double jabs went in, but he didn't follow it up.
In terms of professional experience, Usyk's had 20 fights to 18 for Dюбуа, but the Ukrainian's long and storied amateur career is what sets them apart. He's also 11 years older at 36 than Daniel Dюбуa, and it's Usyk's 10th world title fight as a professional. He's third at heavyweight, having beaten Anthony Joshua twice. And Daniel Dюбуа looking to try and deliver, if he possibly can, one of the great British performances in a ring anywhere. Fourth round.
You're hearing Don Charles there, so go to your left. You want him to work to his left. I want him to double up that jab as well and close that gap a little bit and get closer.
That was better.
Yeah, it was better. Just inaccurate with the shot there, but a little bit closer.
When he does get too close, Richie, the problem is he takes that right jab. It's so accurate and so stiff. It thuds into his face every time he gets within the area where Usyk's comfortable to throw it.
And you watch Usyk, when Daniel Dюбуа wants to go to his left. See, you're hearing Don Charles saying, go to your left, but Usyk's very clever. He steps to his right, does Usyk, and then brings him back around. Look, he's doing it right now. Very clever boxer.
Working methodically behind that right jab. Lets the left hand go, Usik. Dюбуа hitting the gloves. Dюбуa with the left jab. Usik responds with the right jab. Halfway through the fourth. See it so often, Richie, don't you, when he's in there, Usik? His opponent is always half a second too slow, because by the time you've calculated what to do, he's somewhere else.
In and out, counter-punching on that front foot, waiting for the response. It's like first and third boxing. He's first, the opponent's second, he goes third. Yeah, but that's not too bad. You see, occasionally Usik does come forward, just occasionally, and that's when he's just open to the odd shot here and there. I'd like to see Daniel Dюбуа try and land that left hook if he can.
Try to let the hook go there. That's a little bit better. Trying to double up his punches now, Daniel Dюбуа, working behind the jab and then trying to let the backhand go. Been a bit more aggressive in this round.
Couple of good signs here from Dюбуа, just getting closer and closer. You see, just waiting again, a little bit too long there, just waiting. And as he's waiting, bang, the jab goes out from Usik.
And then he's gone, disappears into the night. You can feel the atmosphere inside this stadium. Dupont with the right hand. And there's the bell. Steve Bunce has joined us ringside. Let's get his thoughts on what he's seen so far. Buncey, how are you seeing it?
The first one, 2, and 3, those rounds were exactly what I expected. Expected Usik to be that much sharper and for Dubois to be a bit dazzled. But suddenly in that round, Usik either got a little bit too far over his front foot, or Dubois got a little bit closer, which is what the corner have been telling him, which is what Richie's been talking about since the first belt, and let his hands go. He didn't hurt, he didn't win the round, but he kept on grazing Usik. That was a competitive round. Don't worry, Dubois lost it, but it was competitive. The first 3 were not that competitive.
Totally agree, Steve. I didn't think he won the round, Dubois, but it was a better round. A couple of good signs from him there. You know, he's getting a little bit closer.
It's been a glorious day here, glorious week in Wrocław, but the rain is absolutely tumbling down now as the two fighters emerge here for the 5th round, scheduled for 12. Dubois with a 12-pound weight advantage over Alexander Usik, but it's the lightest he's been for quite some time, Daniel Dubois. Usik always tends to box at around 2-2-1, which is what he came in at again. There's a body shot, is that low? Well, the referee signals timeout. That was a low blow from Daniel Dubois, right on the borderline, and Usik really felt that, as you can see. That's took the wind completely out of him.
We'll have to have a look at that. It was on the blind side to us, Fletch. But I think the referee is saying it was a low blow. Well, he is, because he'd have been counting if it wasn't.
Yeah, signalled straight away. And he's going to need a moment or two, Alexander Usik.
Shaking his head here, he's not happy at all, Usik. That is not a good sign at all.
Well, he's going to be given the time to recover here, Alexander Usik. I'll be fascinated to see just how low it was. I mean, the indications are, based on the fact that he's been down this amount of time, that it is quite low. I mean, my vision was the same as yours. It was kind of on the blind side to everybody.
On the blind side to us, so we've got to see it again. But clearly Usik is... And obviously the referee would have counted straight away if it was a legal shot.
No signal of any kind of deduction or anything like that in terms of a point being taken away. Let's have a look, Richie.
It's border, isn't it? Let's face it. But the referee's saying, you know, it's a low punch. That's what the referee's saying.
He's also admonishing the Usik corner, who are complaining rather loudly. Luis Pabon from Puerto Rico is the referee, and he didn't want to hear the protest at all from Alexander Usyk's corner. In the meantime, Daniel Dubois waits, and we wait to see just when Alexander Usik is going to be okay to continue here.
He deducted the point here. It's got to be. If it's classed as a low blow.
Still we wait.
1 minute. 1 minute rest.
So he has 1 more minute to resume the action here. In the meantime, Don Charles is bellowing instructions to Daniel Dюбуа. I mean, all he can do at this point is try and turn what's just happened into a positive, and we'll see just how effective Alexander Usik is by that low blow. Listen to the crowd in here now.
Yeah.
I just wonder whether he's just poked the tiger, Daniel Dюбуа.
What Dubois got to do now is just get straight on him.
Look at me. Clean 5.
He's obviously hurt.
Look at me. Clean 5 or disqualification. Look at me. Look at me, okay? Clean 5, okay?
He's not deducted a point. And away they go.
No deduction, off we go. Round 5. Dюбуа now, can he launch the kind of assault that can turn this fight his way? Usik with a little wobble. He still needs a bit of time in there.
Yeah,
it's the first time we've seen Usik go backwards, Richie.
He's not fully recovered.
This has to be Dubois' opportunity. If he's going to have one tonight, it has to be now, you feel.
He's just got to go for it now. You've got to watch what he's doing here with these low shots. But he's just got to get on that front foot now. Usik still ruffled. He's still not recovered 100%. So yes, it's a chance for Daniel Dюбуа here.
Dюбуa still being patient in there, Richie. Not necessarily taking the kind of chances you might have expected him to, based on what's just happened. Is he missing an opportunity here?
No. It's okay.
Again, going for the body, Daniel Dюбуа.
Stiff jab from Usik, the kind of jabs we were seeing before that halt in proceedings. Dюбуa going for the body again. Usik looking to counter. Minute to go in the 5th.
Now he looks like he's recovered.
Back into rhythm.
Has the opportunity gone?
Back into rhythm, Alexander Usik started to land those heavy shots again. Dюбуа digs to the body.
There's a real mean look about Usik now on that front foot. He's changed his demeanour.
What you would say though, Richie, that's going to encourage him to come in, and that might just give Dюбуа the opportunity to land a big shot himself.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's a big left hand from Alexander Usik. Catches Daniel Dюбуа as he's moving backwards. Dюбуa has to hang in there. 30 seconds to go in the round. Heavy work coming in now from the champion. Steely look in his eye. Dюбуa lands with the right hand, hits the gloves of Usik.
We said there was a different look to Alexander Usik, and he produces a good shot there, and again, and Dюбуа just ruffled a little bit here.
Usik looking to raise the stakes. Dюбуа looking to get towards the end of this round. Catches another one. There's the bell. Little bit of afters as well. It's really heating up in there. Let's bring in Carl Frampton. Carl, I think you've got a view on that low blow from Daniel Dюбуа.
Yeah, initially when I saw it, it didn't look low to me, and then when I saw the replay, and I've only seen the replay once, I don't think that was a low blow. I think that was a shot that was fair. His cup is high. The rules are your navel must be shown. That wasn't a low blow. I've just seen it. That was not a low blow. That was a body shot. Usyk stayed on his knee. He should have been counted out. Daniel Dюбуа should be the unified champion of the world right now.
Don't forget that, man.
Richie, just come in on that then, what Carl's just said. We're trying to connect with Steve Bunce, but we couldn't. He's saying there that he should be the world champion now, and there's not a great deal wrong with that punch.
If that's the case, you know, that's Carl's opinion. I thought it was definitely borderline. But the referee said it was a low blow at the end of the day. That's why he didn't even bother to count. So as the referee got it wrong, he obviously has. If it is a borderline punch, but it's right on the border, and the referee thought it was illegal.
6th round. Dюбуа pumping out the jab. Usyk finished the previous round strongly, having waited for everything to clear. Feels that right hand again, Daniel Dюбуа. A chance of Usyk from the capacity crowd inside this arena.
Daniel again has got to get front foot, maybe start throwing more shots, more jabs, just allowing Usik now just to pick and poke.
Usik landing there, Dubois having to get back in towards the ropes and try and defend. There's a real menace about Alexander Usik at the moment.
Just stays on the outside again, doesn't he, with that jab, long hook, just waits. Slightest mistake and he punish it.
I'll tell you one thing that's for sure, that punch is going to divide opinion. That's going to be a huge talking point at the end of this fight. That's what everybody's going to be focusing on. Whether you see it from Carl Frampton's side of things or whether you see it from the referee's side of things here, that's going to be the big talking point.
It was initially landed, we couldn't see it, was on the blind side to us.
Goes to the body again, and that was kind of in the same spot.
Same spot again.
Dubois feels that when he does target the Usyk body, it's affecting the champion.
I remember Anthony Joshua caused him with a couple of good body shots, and that affected him also.
The idea, Richie, was as well coming in, just hit him wherever you can hit him, whether it's on the shoulder, whether it's wherever it is. Just got to make sure you keep landing punches to eventually break him down. Good jab from Usyk. 30 seconds to go in the 6th round.
And just keep using that jab to measure that distance and gap, and then launch that right hand. He's got to throw a few more jabs as Daniel Dubois.
What I would say, Richie, since he was down after the low blow, it's become more of a Dubois fight than it was before, because he was completely controlling everything prior to that, Usyk. But he's a little bit more agitated now, you feel, based on what's happened.
Absolutely. There was initial response, wasn't there, from Usyk when he went on that front foot, but here now, this is better from Dubois.
Really good body shot went in from Dubois before that 2 or 3 punch combination from Usyk, and Dubois landed a good shot right on the bell. Right on the bell he was caught.
Yeah. So good work there from Usyk with a good shot. Counter punching again from him, just a different angle of the same set of punches there, just staying on the outside. But Dubois responded really well towards the end of the round, had a much better round, I thought. There's that left hook to the body, that was the best left hook that he's thrown in the contest so far.
You're the younger man, okay?
Book.
7th round. Alexander Usik and Daniel Dubois. I just thought that was a really nice punch that Dubois landed, Richie, right at the end of the previous round. I wonder whether he can build on that. Anybody who thought that Dubois was going to come in tonight and just be rolled over by Alexander Usik can think again, because he's still in there.
He's coping a lot better now, Fletch, with the pace of the contest. Early on he seems to have been struggling, but now he's getting with it, most certainly here, Daniel Dubois.
Good shot by Usik. Let's not forget that Daniel Dubois is only 25. When you think about the dominant fighters in this division, they're all mid-30s or older. This might be a division that eventually comes to Dubois, even if he doesn't get the job done tonight. But he's still got a chance here, Richie. Retains the power in both hands.
Yeah, I mean, he's behind, but you're right, Fletch. You know, there's a couple of good signs from him when he goes downstairs. Again, you know, he's not happy with the body shots. Alexander Usik.
I think he's hurt, Richie. I think Daniel Dubois hurt him. Backs to the corner, wants to fight off. Body shot from Dubois. Interesting developments here in the 7th round.
Yeah, seems to just crouch a little bit, didn't he there, Usik? Cover up a little bit more.
He's a fighting man, though. He's going to dig deep and come back, and Dubois has a lot of work to do, but he's getting more and more little spells where he had some success here.
I think what's happening also, Fletch, is Usyk's feet are slowing down, and that's suiting Dubois. He's been able to get his shots off. He's getting a little bit closer. It's not such a moving target now. A little bit more flat-footed is Usyk. Maybe those body shots taking their toll.
Not quite as accurate as he was with that right hand either in the early stages, Alexander Usik. Really good jab to set up the attack from Alexander Usik. That sent the sweat spraying off the head of Dubois. Now he starts to put the punches together. Dubois firing back though, targeting the Usyk body. Tried to land that left hook that didn't miss by much.
He's putting so much into these shots now, is Alexander Usik. I think he senses that Dubois may be getting weaker and weaker here.
I think he caught him with an uppercut in there, Richie, as well, that just rocked the Dubois head back a little bit.
But this will give Dubois a bit of a chance here, Fletch, as he's coming over his front foot, Alexander Usik.
Well, there is the bell, and that was a tremendous round of heavyweight boxing. Let's bring in Steve Bunce. I mean, this is turning into some fight.
We saw there from Usyk stuff we hadn't seen in his previous 24 rounds as a heavyweight champion and defended. Him missing, lunging, chasing. He's half desperate. He wants to get Dubois out of there. Sure, he's ahead on points. He's been dropped with a shot that was on the border. It certainly wasn't majorly illegal. At the same time, I would question whether it was fully legal. He went down Usyk like he'd been shot by a sniper. Let's get that right. Like he wasn't going to get up. We saw him there chasing mad. That's the most desperate I've ever seen Usyk in a fight. When you think about it, he's controlling it, Richie.
Well, I think he was a little bit desperate there because he actually tried to really put it on Dubois with some bigger shots. He really went for it.
Usyk ready for work. Rain continues to pour. That's the way that Richie Woodall's scoring it. I don't think anybody expected Dubois to come here and win on points.
Both.
But there are signs in this fight that Usyk is anything but comfortable in certain situations. Having said that, he's also had a fair deal of success of his own. That's a good shot by Dubois right at the start of the round. Just rocked the head of Usyk back a little bit.
Couple of good right hands from Daniel. That wasn't too bad at all.
Starting to be the aggressor in some of these exchanges. Closer to Usyk now.
Usyk, you know, he's not comfortable in there, Fletch. Can Dubois sense that and put it on him a little bit more?
Usyk trying to put the punches together, but they didn't all land. Dubois looking at the body again, looking to try and target the body of Usyk.
Again, at the moment, Dubois doing well here, Fletch. Landing some better shots.
That's a good jab that was flicked out by Daniel Dubois.
But this is where he can't make any mistakes. You can see what Usyk's doing. He wants him to throw shots, and then he wants to counter.
Daniel Dubois happy to exchange in there.
Yeah, he's doing well here.
Good combination from Alexander Usik. Little dip of the knees. Dubois down. Daniel Dubois down, but there's hardly any time left in the round. Looks to his corner. Back to his feet. Desperate to hear the sound of the bell. There is the sound of the bell, and that came in the nick of time for Daniel Dubois.
Unbelievable. We spoke about how he could not afford to make any mistakes. He was winning that round right up to that stage, and then just gets caught with a shot, a lapse in concentration, Steve, and, you know, he hit the canvas.
And that's exactly what Usyk's been looking for the last 3 rounds. putting the pressure on, not getting caught, and hoping he'd make Daniel Dubois do what he did there. 3 or 4 shots, top of the head, back of the ear, pressure, all the shots landing, and Dubois to get out of the way, touchdown.
Richie, similar to the shot that put him down against Kevin Lorena in his last fight, top of the head.
Yeah, incredible. But Dubois was doing so well right up to that last 10 seconds. That just shows you what, a champion he is. You make a mistake, you get punished.
This is where Don Charles is going to earn his money in there tonight to try and get the confidence back into Daniel Dubois. He's going to come out and face an onslaught here from Usik.
He's had 3 good rounds, Dubois. If he can just find his feet, just find his confidence, who knows?
So is this where the champion turns the screw? Round 9. Dubois down at the end of the 8th. How much is the head cleared between rounds? That's the big question here. The referee just checking if he's okay there, Richie.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that shot was a low shot, but I think the referee's listening to Usik more now about these punches. Usik saying they're low, but I didn't think that one was.
Usik looking to put the pressure back on. Has Dubois pinned on the ropes. Dubois looking to fight his way off.
Yeah, he's starting to put his work together now, Usik. In and out.
Massive few moments in this world heavyweight title fight. Blood oozing from the nose of Daniel Dubois, who's been down.
This is where he's got to find real fighting spirit here, Dubois, and just keep punching with him. But again, Usik with that lead hand. In and out.
Putting the punches together again, nice and accurate. Alexander Usik, troubling moments again for Daniel Dubois. Long time to go in the 9th. Couple of good punches thrown back by Dubois. Just made Usik think about it for a moment.
Not too bad at all from Dubois there. But the straight...
Great shot! Right hand, great shot. Daniel Dubois down. And Usik just nods his head. Can Daniel Dubois beat the count? It's all over. Alexander Usik has retained his heavyweight title belts in front of this passionate Ukrainian crowd in Wrocław. And Daniel Dubois is stopped, and his world title dream is over for tonight. And Alexander Usik is in there celebrating. And Daniel Dubois couldn't beat the referee's count.
No, he couldn't, and it was an actual, just a straight right hand that did the damage towards the end of the contest there. But he was in and out, the right was on the wall. I think Daniel was getting more and more tired. He was allowing Usik to move in and out, and he was just picking and poking and just generally dismantling him here and there. And he just got through with some bigger shots. And Daniel Dubois' fitness seemed to drain away from him. But remember, we spoke about it earlier that we thought he was struggling early on in the fight. Then he seemed to get with it. But then he was just very, very tired. And Usik was in and out with the work, as he has been all night. And he's found those quality shots to finish off Daniel Dubois.
He never managed to fully recover, having gone down right at the end of the previous round. And when the onslaught came and the hard, accurate punches came from Alexander Usik, there was nothing that Daniel Dubois can do. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. Did he have to take more chances and gamble more after Usik had been down after the low blow?
I think so. I think there was a window of opportunity there for Daniel Dubois. Alexander Usik was clearly in trouble. He was hurt. Whether you think it was a low blow or not, he was definitely in trouble, and he wasn't fully recovered. And that was probably the chance for Daniel Dubois, that he should have stepped on that gas just a little bit more, maybe a little bit of an experience from Daniel Dubois.
Well, there's quite a conversation going on between the pair of them. He looks like he's reading Daniel Dubois the riot act, Alexander Usik.
No, I think he's congratulating him on it. I think he's congratulating him on a good performance from Daniel Dubois and a spirited performance. I think he's acknowledging that. Alexander Usik.
I hope he was. I mean, my interpretation of that was that it might have been something different, but I'm not great at reading body language. He's celebrating now, and this is what the crowd who are here tonight wanted to see. Usyk's arm being raised, having defended his world title belts. What do you think the overall assessment of Danιέλ Dubois is going to be after that performance tonight, Richard?
I think, you know, he'll look back, and obviously he's missed an opportunity when he had him down, most certainly. But you know what, Danιέλ Dubois is only 25 years of age. He's only had 2 world title fights before this. He's on the biggest stage of his career, biggest and hardest fight of his life. I think he's done okay at the end of the day. That's the shot that did the damage when he goes down. Clearly felt the pain, probably on that same eye that he had the injury against Joe Joyce. It looked so, you know, Fletch, overall, there's a lot of people thought Danιέλ was going to be a rabbit in the headlights tonight and was going to be blown away. He certainly wasn't, and it's questionable now that we've seen the shot, whether it was, but I thought it was a borderline punch.
I've got to say, there's a lot of discussion around our commentary position, people asking us how low the shot was. And there's going to be so much debate about that. There's going to be a school of thought that say that Danιέλ Dubois has been robbed of the world heavyweight title tonight based on the fact that it was a borderline shot, and there are going to be other people who agree with the decision of the referee that it was low. I think it's going to be the narrative that's going to run all the way through, and I think there's going to be split opinion from the two camps, let alone the people who have watched it tonight.
There will be, and a lot of people say that the referee got it wrong. You know, it was on the blind, so we couldn't see the shot from our viewpoint, but when we did see it, it was definitely borderline. He was certainly hurt from that point on, and he didn't recover from that, and it took him a while for him to get through that, and maybe that was the window of opportunity that Danιέλ should have stepped on it. But for me, I think Daniel's done all right here tonight, and he'll take a lot of he'll be really heartened from that performance tonight.
Usyk celebrating. Carl Frampton's view is that he's been robbed of the world title tonight, Danιέλ Dubois, and needless to say, there'll be a lot of people in that camp, but it's Alexander Usik who's celebrating, and he's sending the crowd wild here in Wrocław. Look at the party in the ring.
I think what the positive signs from Dubois' performance also, though, Fletch, was as the fight went.
Well, Michael Buffer is in there. Alexander Usik is ready. We just wait for the official time to be announced, and I think we're about to get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Wrocław, Polska, referee Luis Pabon reaches the count of 10 at 48 seconds of round number 9. The winner by knockout victory, still undefeated, still the unified heavyweight champion of the world, fighting for the people and the nation of Ukraine.